So I'm in the process of mixing my third single, just getting it ready, mixing, mastering. I'm doing it myself. I know they say you're not supposed to do that, but when the resources are what they are, you might have to do that kind of thing. And I'm noticing that just like at the time of signing off, and to be honest, I find that this is the same whether I'm working with someone else or not. At the moment of signing off, like the fear and the second guessing is so acute. It is so shit is screaming at you. So just as I'm working through that, I'm trying my very best to work through that, not by just get it done. I'm not gonna force myself to just. I don't know that I can. I don't know that that will. Like it hasn't really worked for me in the past. It's just like no, it's due. So what? No, 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 no. I want what I make. I'm proud of it. I feel good about it. I've noticed the only way, like I have to feel good enough to say, "Oh, check this out about it." Who's gonna listen to if no one else believes? You know what I mean? So I gotta find a way to get myself to the point of like, damn, this is really cool, and yeah, I'm just finding that that means I'm like weeding and sifting through a lot of things. Especially as you get closer, it's like your ears get stronger. It's like they've been friggin' lifting weights, working out to like, oh, look at this frequency here. And not to mention, I'll go and like share it with someone. Yo, check out this thing I made. I think I'm so hyped about it, and maybe they friggin' play it on their speakers, and their speakers have an ungodly amount of bass, or listening with the treble cranked. I'm like, okay, back to the drawing board. I forgot my headphones at a friend's house yesterday, so I'm listening to it on like the wired, these, and just like each different listening source is going to reveal some other weakness about the thing out to you. So anyways, the only way that I've found I can I just have to be patient with it and patient with myself. And as I attempt to navigate life and work and whatever relationships at the same time, it's like, dude, like that might take time. And my intention, though it may be to like release it now and finish it now, this thing, well, it may not be ready to be finished now. Like I have to tend to it almost like I'm a gardener. Or I am a gardener. Just like I'm growing song babies. And yeah, anyway, so I think by necessity I've kind of learned and started to treat the process of creation, just nourish the process of creation, just from a very holistic standpoint. Like I'm looking at all of the barriers that there are to creation, all of the places that I may be unskilled, lacking knowledge, and nourishing those. Just my mixing technique, my instrument playing, whatever, my voice. Yeah, all of these things so that the finished product is a byproduct of just me making things. And yeah, it takes a lot of pressure off, I think. It really has been the only way that I'm capable of finishing things. It's just really nourishing that process. And, knowing that, or I guess reframing the idea of something being finished. Something is finished if I attempt for it to be finished. It's finished enough for me to acquire the information that is required to then finish it. Like attempting to finish it today and yesterday, going a little bit more outside of my comfort zone, just step by step. I showed it to someone else. I listened on another pair of speakers, and at that point in time, I might have thought yes. And then, upon listening to it somewhere else or with someone else, new information was revealed to me. And yeah, I do think it's possible to like hear those fears and those whatever and still finish things, like just to honor what you're feeling and to honor those things that come up in the last friggin' hours and still finish things, to create with yourself and concert with yourself, as opposed to just like, no, this has to go out. And I definitely like, delegate, don't mix it, okay, yeah, master somewhere else. I'm probably like, yeah, like this might take a whole bunch of iteration, doing it this way, where I do something, feedback, feedback, blah 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 blah. But I think I'm refining the process so that it's just not, that whole thing is just, more streamlined down the line. Were I to give this to like another person, for me personally, it takes as long, though the iteration may not be like, there may not be as many iterations. It's just if I get something back from someone who's worked on my, and I don't feel like they took the time, or like there's something about it I don't like and I have to pinpoint it, but I'm not the one who was on the back end mixing it and I don't know like what the fuck. I have to say, oh, maybe, or make notes that are very concise and constructive. That is so hard for me too. So it doesn't matter. Shit's gonna be hard. That's it. Doesn't matter. If I do it myself, I do it with somebody else. Like, been working with a band, the Lionels, for a long time, and our relationships are great, and we're able to communicate with each other, and we now have a great like producer and mixing engineer that we work with. But it's still hard, like, because again, you have to like, you gotta weed through, you gotta figure it out just bit by bit, and it is necessary for go out a little bit of, and then check what's going on with the. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about. Oh my God, man! Like, I thought I was done yesterday, man. Anyway, I know there will be a point where I do have to sign off, and the doesn't have to be perfect at all, and it is what it is. But I would definitely like to get it to maybe just a point where I don't listen on a thing and I'm like, damn, oh no, that 80% ish range, maybe less, like, yeah, no spikes, you know what I mean? Just so long as the music or the art is at a place where it's like someone doesn't try to, it's not a hot baked potato right out of the oven. That would be the goal. And I think like the place where I will force myself to sign off on something, whether I'm happy about it or whatever, is just when I feel that my perfectionist tendencies or my fear is starting to inhibit the process. We're getting to that point. But the only way to like refine the process of knowing when that time is by attempting and then like conceding to, oh, it's not ready yet. And then I have to go back and attempt stuff, like just by immersing myself in the process of like overthinking, but at the same time approaching that with awareness, and then approaching it like a trying again later on with that newfound awareness and with the knowledge that the whole thing is a process, dude. You know what I mean? So anyway, just a little yap sesh.